Why are we all so tired this week?
Because y'all helped me move. Which always just adds a lot of extra.
A little extra. We're live.
This is what the fanboy where we specialize in grunts.
And groans.
Oh yeah, more groans for me as I get older.
You like groan when you put your socks on?
Dude, I groan. Just getting out of bed.
I mean, I feel like the first thing I say every day is...
That's not inaccurate for me, but...
You just wake up and you're like, I'm so done already. Is this day over yet?
Stay in bed as long as I can. As long as I possibly can. Either a 6-year-old comes and pulls me out of bed, or my wife kicks me out of bed, or eventually duty calls me out of bed and just I have to work, so.
Duty.
Shout out.
He said
not
duty.
That kind of duty, Luke.
Hey,
That's what the duty that gets me out of bed.
Before we get going, shout out to my wife. My wife. Watching at home. Hi, Dana. I love you.
Hi, Dana.
She got it on the big screen tonight.
Oh.
I feel special. Like I feel like we've gotten somewhere.
Cinema mode.
Is that kid watching?
No, she's asleep. She goes to bed at 7:30.
What a hater.
I'm curious if someone would put us up like on a really big projector, if they'd like send us a photo or.
Can someone be one of us?
Sure.
Then yes, somebody would.
Okay. Maybe someone who works at a movie theater has access.
Can we be on the IMAX?
Can we be on an IMAX?
Dude, that'd be
Can
sick.
someone put us on? Maybe we just need to take out an ad at the local IMAX.
I don't think I'd like to see myself on IMAX.
We'd have someone do makeup, right?
No. We don't have budget for that.
2 of us have wives. Surely they could
They could do it for free.
do it for free.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop with you.
Only if they do it for free, though.
Yes, they will do that for free.
Sounds good. I like this.
Of that, I have no doubts.
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome to another What the Fanboy live show, podcast, YouTube video.
That's
all
right.
of these in one. This week, Luke's trying a new drink to go with his new residence. Congratulations on moving, and how's that orange soda?
It says 100% vodka on it.
Oh!
This is going to be a good show.
Now, if it was, I'd be dead right
We've
now.
tricked him.
From over vomiting. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Good.
It's good, I guess. I don't know.
How's
I
the
need
new-
to get through the whole thing.
How's the new place?
The new place is filled with boxes.
Haven't
My
unpacked
TV's
yet.
on the floor. I've got one chair.
You're crushing it.
My birthday's in a month, so all I'm asking is for apartment stuff. No.
Perfect.
And there's the church garage sale coming up.
That'll be a
Nice.
great
Which I've-
time to get some.
You'll get some good
I've just been
furniture.
thinking I can sell a bunch of stuff at the church garage sale and get rid of all this junk. Not even thinking that they'll have cheap stuff for me to get.
Yep, and furniture and appliances, and
How convenient.
that's good timing.
It's good timing.
Well done.
Well,
Well
I'm
done.
glad we got you moved. Yeah, Tyler and I
Did
came
more
over
work than
and
me, yes.
You had to do important paperwork and sign your name on things and go around and check off boxes like
It
this
costs you
isn't
more money than it
damaged.
costs me.
Yeah. Wait, you're not paying?
No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I gave him your info.
That's good. I got it.
Got Tyler's name on the lease. Oh,
I'm
gosh.
gonna trash the place. They'd be like, what is this Tyler kid doing?
Well, I know Luke and I have a few shared things to talk about. So before we get to that, Tyler, what did you do this week?
Oh, man. All right. I will try to be brief here.
No, you don't have to. It's fine.
So, for starters, I saw The Batman again.
Okay, you can be brief about that.
I've heard that's good. Should
No
I
one
see
cares
it?
about that movie.
It's really good.
Maybe one of the worst movies ever made.
It's still a booyah for me.
Definitely a dumpster fire.
It holds up really well after a week. So,
By the time you've seen it 6 or 7 times, you'll hate it.
I don't
Haven't you
think
only seen
so.
it once? How can you say that?
Yeah. I think it's actually better the second time.
I'm just leaning.
I thought it was better the second time.
I'm just leaning into the fact that you guys claim that I hate this movie. So
yeah.
Well, it's on the record that the only movie you actually like is Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That's what it should be titled. Not even Star Wars.
No,
just Rian Johnson's
Scratch
The Last
Star
Jedi.
Wars. Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi.
Definitely.
For sure.
No, so I went and saw the Batman again. Love that freaking movie. It's inching ever so close to the top of my movie list. I love it so much. I actually launched a new podcast.
What?
We kind of teased this a while back, and then there was some delays in getting it launched. But I launched the Big 12 Takeover Podcast on the Takeover Sports Network with my good friend Donnell Davis. Our first episode went live this past Sunday, March 13th. We overviewed Baylor. It was a ton of fun to get it done. It's our first episode. Sick'em, yeah, Sick'em. Sick'em Bears. It's exciting to be able to do it and talk football with a former teammate of mine. Hopefully people tune in and we get some carryover from this show, because there will be some weird nerdy things that get thrown in from time to time. Way too early tease, Oklahoma State's coach has a really disgusting mullet, and one of my talking points for that episode is, does that mullet give him superpowers?
Oh.
And could he coach as well as he does without it? Real discussions.
Look good.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Play good.
Play good. Coach good.
Yeah, all the same.
I will say, I watched your first episode, and I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, man.
And I don't really even like college football. I just wanted to check it out.
Well, I appreciate it.
I felt very informed.
Do you feel like you learned something new?
I learned a lot. I mean, I knew nothing.
So yeah, you probably learned.
So it was only
everything.
Up from there. Yeah,
it's 100% more knowledge.
I know all the 40 times of the receivers from Baylor now.
Yeah,
they're fast.
They're very fast. One almost broke the combine record. The DB set the combine record for defensive backs. Super cool. Anyways, go check that out. Subscribe to the Takeover Sports Network. We're doing some cross promotion here. And make sure you check out the Big 12 Takeover. And then the last thing I did, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. I played Elden Ring for about 7.5, 8 hours this weekend. So I got my hands and feet into it. I hated Sekiro. I just want to preface with that. Sekiro to me is just incredibly difficult and very limiting in what you can do to combat some of the difficulty in that game. I think Elden Ring is way more accessible for people who are interested in this game. It's a ton of fun. You can play a lot of this without actually struggling your way through some of the early boss fights. You can run right past them and come back later and fight them when you're super leveled up. It's really easy to kind of power level yourself. I hit level 51 this weekend just by teaming up with some friends and going and killing like sleeping dragons and stuff. But it's a super fun game. I'm sure I'll talk more about it as we go. But did you guys have any questions about Elden Ring that I could maybe answer?
Coolest boss you fought? That you've killed?
That I've killed. Okay. The coolest boss that I've killed would have to be Margit.
Margaret.
Margaret.
My grandmother?
You fight him on like this bridge leading up to a castle. So like the atmosphere around it was really cool. Ultimately, it wasn't that difficult of a boss fight. He kind of just jumps at you and telegraphs all of his attacks. So he's pretty easy to kill. But he looks awesome. I can't really... The thing with Elden Ring is you can't like describe what anything looks like because it makes no sense.
I got you. I'll describe it.
His name is Margit the Fell. Here. Let's see. Sorry.
We're real prepared here with the Fanboy.
What? Since when?
We prepared? So this is Margit the Fell. I don't really know how to explain what he looks like. He's got like a really tiny head with a huge body. He has like this giant staff / hammer thing.
I will say I am constantly impressed by the character designs that I see on social media from Elden Ring. Like all of the bosses look really neat.
I would say like if I was doing a pros and cons list, the first pro would be art direction.
Yeah.
The art direction in this game is insane. It's a gorgeous world. There's a lot of variety and like levels to the map. Like you can go down into like little catacombs and caves and all kinds of stuff. There's like random burnt up churches that you can go into, and there's people waiting for you in there to ambush you. There's some really cool stuff. And this game, a lot like Breath of the Wild, just lets you kind of explore at your own pace. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, but there's speedrunners beating this game in like 28 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Like you can run straight through the game if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it because there is a lot to like about this. I think it's really fun. The music's great when you do boss fights. The loot is fixed for certain items.
Okay, so you know where to go to get.
where to go to get things, so you can
Yeah,
spec
that's
out your
nice.
builds and stuff. It's a really, for all the trouble From Software gets for their games' difficulties,
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is pretty accessible. And I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to play more. But one of the things, I guess, for my number one pro, art direction. Number one con, their multiplayer system sucks. It's horrible. I've never seen something so bad. You have to use everything's fingers. They have like this weird obsession with fingers. It's really strange. So you use this finger that is a consumable to scan the room for people's mark. They have to put a mark on the floor, and you have to go over and hit Y and interact with it, and you summon a character in. Right? You're like, oh, okay.
Sounds like Pokemon.
Well, yeah, but it costs you materials and runes to get these consumables. Like you can craft them, but once you're out of those materials, you have to go buy them. It's really frustrating.
So when you like use a consumable on somebody, do you give them the finger?
No, they give you theirs.
Oh.
So then they come to your world, right? And this is where I have the biggest issue with it. If you die, or anybody dies, it sends them back to their world. So you have to go out, run all the way back. They have to set their mark down again, and then you can get them. Now, if the person hosting the game dies, they have to reuse a consumable over and over. And so, like, what do you know about From games? You're going to die a lot. So if you die, you're using consumables. Like, you're just using all of your stuff. And so it's just a really dumb, like, I can't just go to a party and invite a friend, which really irritates me. But I will come back with a lot more updates on Elden Ring. I just wanted to give some impressions from my first weekend with it.
If I would have to describe this dude, it would be a mixture of Gandalf and Hagrid, but with the Deadpool
How
ability.
did you pronounce both of those names?
Gandalf and Hagrid?
Hagrid?
From Harry Potter? Hagrid?
Yeah, it's Hagrid.
Who cares?
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
You can't.
I'm American.
Hey, you're not allowed to pronounce names wrong, as I've learned this week on the other podcast.
Fine. Hagrid. Gandalf and Hagrid
I'm gonna move this.
mixed.
Don't
If
smack it.
like he had Deadpool's powers and his head got cut off and it grew back a baby head,
Oh, the baby head.
Good
Yeah,
call.
yeah.
Good call. I like it. He looks pretty cool.
but also a beard.
He jumps a lot, which is super annoying. But no,
Anything else, Tyler?
No, it's a super fun game. That's all I
Awesome.
did. Hung out with my kid. It was pretty cool. She keeps me grounded. Like grounded, like I can't do things. I'm just kidding. I did a lot.
Good. All right, Luke, let's start talking about things.
Yeah, you
What'd
guys
you do?
review
What'd you do
things.
this week?
I started and finished a couple things, and I guess continued. I did a lot actually. I watched the second episode of Winning Time, the Lakers show on HBO.
Mhm.
That show was awesome. The second episode was directed by Jonah Hill, which I thought was really cool. But I still think people should check that show out. It's really good. Another thing that I finally did, I've been trying to get to this movie forever, and then when I was on HBO Max, just kind of waiting for Winning Time to come out because it drops at 9. Crazy Rich Asians was the first movie like on my page. It was in my recommended, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been trying to watch this forever, so I finally watched it for the first time. It was really good. That's a pretty stacked cast in that movie. And everybody's super sexy.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it was really good. I'd recommend that one.
Didn't you know that everyone around you is super sexy? That's how the world works.
Well, Luke knows that because he's around us all the time, but
No comment. The other thing that I did was I finished The Legend of Vox Machina on Amazon Prime. It's Critical Role's D&D animated show. That show was awesome. I need season 2 now. It's my D&D fix, and the animation is a lot of fun. The characters are amazing. The voice work is fantastic, and I love the story. I think people should really check that one out as well. Let's see, did I do anything else? Oh yeah, this was fun. I always play Destiny. Obviously, it's my obsession. A little unhealthy obsession probably, but I beat the campaign solo on Legend difficulty, which it was just so much fun. That final mission where you're climbing Savathun's tower and like decoding all the runes, and then you have to fight her like 3 or 4 times, is just so well done. I love that mission. It's really long, and it was extremely difficult.
Yeah.
But gosh, what a treat. That campaign was incredible, and I've been really enjoying Destiny right now. But I also haven't been playing Gambit or Crucible. So
when you're not partaking in all of the different pieces, it lets you focus. And it's nice that there's something like the Legendary campaign to focus on that you can like play solo.
Plus, like, it gives you all the materials. It lets you level your character super fast. You get tons of upgrade modules, and then when you beat the campaign, you get one of the new exotics.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's a terribly rolled exotic, but at least I have it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's as low as it can possibly go, which is 46.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but it was the pinnacle, so.
Sometimes game designers and their decisions. That's all right. What else?
I watched The Adam Project, and I watched Turning Red.
Let's talk about... Which one do you want to talk about? Let's talk about Adam Project.
Can we talk about Adam Project first?
Yeah. So I watched this as well.
Hold on. I'm bringing up Rotten Tomatoes. I gotta spell it right, though.
This is the new Ryan Reynolds Netflix movie, if you weren't aware. It's been getting pretty good word of mouth, pretty high hype in terms of...
It's reviewing well.
Yeah, what people are saying about it.
I thought it was even doing better, actually.
I'm going to burst that bubble.
70% critic, 79 audience.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought that was going to be a lot higher. The way people were talking about it, it sounded like it was like reinventing movies.
Yeah.
And it's just not that good.
I didn't particularly enjoy this movie. I guess, like so many of these, not even like Marvel movies these days to a certain degree.
It's
like,
just the same.
It's kind of the same thing.
The same writing, the same jokes, a terrible plot. Like, okay. And like, even when I finished it, I was like, that was okay. And I just thought about it. I'm like, no, that was bad. If I would have never thought about that movie again, I probably would have given it a better rating.
And now we're making you think about it even more because you're on a podcast.
Listen, it's no Uncharted, though. It's no Uncharted. That movie was horrible.
I don't know. I'd almost rather take Uncharted over this. But I don't have
This was longer.
Okay.
Shorter. This was shorter.
Shorter? I don't know. It had pretty weak set pieces compared to Uncharted. But we're not here to talk about Uncharted. Yeah, no, like, man, I didn't really care about any of the characters in this movie. I thought what they did with time travel was...
They did the worst thing you can do with time travel, which is try and explain it every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just let us know it's time travel. Just know we're doing that, and let's go.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to explain time travel. You know why? Because it's not possible. We don't need a scientific explanation. I don't need you to tell me that it's because of magnets.
If you know how time travel works, please comment on the YouTube video. Let us know
Magnets.
how it actually works. Yeah, no, like, I thought some of the jokes were all right. It's classic Ryan Reynolds at this point. He's pretty much typecast and everything as a PG-13 version of Deadpool. He's not bad. I think Luke mentioned to me that there was like one scene in particular that he did pretty well, showing some emotional range on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It's one scene.
And it doesn't.
Maybe two.
Yeah, there's some motivation there, but unfortunately, it's not like this huge pivot that all of a sudden it changes his character and motivations and whatnot. So he just immediately goes back to being Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and the biggest problem with it for me was, like, you have Ryan Reynolds being himself, and then he stops being his normal typecast self, but there's a kid who's cast as him.
Yeah,
and he's just acting like Ryan Reynolds. And
because it's
like
time travel. He's with a younger version of himself.
And the kid who plays Ryan Reynolds was good at playing him.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want that.
You're tired of
And
it.
I know, like, Ryan Reynolds has got the most incredible body on the planet. I just wish
He's
he
won
wasn't.
World's Sexiest Man a couple times.
He should probably win it again.
He's Look, he's doing something right. He's making a lot of money.
He's a beautiful man, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I wish he would act, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I thought the action in this movie was also pretty weak.
It's pretty standard.
Pretty standard, and there wasn't a lot of it.
Swing, cut, hit. Swing, cut, dodge. Swing, cut, hit. Oh.
I like how the enemy troops remain invisible until 5 feet away from attacking the character when they materialize out of thin air.
Not only that, they have guns. They're invincible with guns, and they're running at them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't feel like harping on this movie anymore. It's a straight to streaming for me.
Same.
I guess it belongs right where it is on Netflix
It's there
Netflix is now the most expensive service I pay for, so it's not even like top tier content. This belongs on bottom tier content.
Belongs on Peacock?
It belongs on Peacock,
which is free,
or Paramount Plus, which is obscure, which I'll be getting later this month.
Oh, Halo comes out in a month?
At the end of this month.
I forgot about that show. I still need to play Halo Infinite.
We'll talk about it a little later. The other movie Luke and I both watched is Turning Red. This is Disney Pixar's new movie, straight to Disney Plus, not in theaters.
I still don't like that.
Pixar's what?
I wish they would at least do a dual release.
Yeah.
For those.
Pixar, I feel like they're just like at the whim of Disney.
Yeah, and they
which
are.
is a bummer.
And I think for a long time we thought they had more, like, even in the last week, we've heard that they don't have as much creative freedom as we thought they did.
Yeah.
Which I don't think anyone thought, like, they were just their own separate company that Disney was just like, all right, green light, check mark, right? But there's obviously always been some oversight.
What are the chances you think Pixar, like, stops doing stuff with Disney?
Never.
Never?
I mean, I could see them being like a Max Exodus and like forming a rival animation studio at some point, but yeah, no. They're too much in Disney's pocket.
Could stick it to the man.
They could try. What are they gonna do? Not put their movies on Disney Plus? But no, I really like this movie.
Me too.
It's maybe one of Pixar's more mature is not the right word.
It's not really for like kids.
It's for like preteens and
yeah, it's for a teenager.
Yeah,
which is it's weird, honestly. Like I feel like it's the demographic that doesn't
get a lot of movies. I mean, there's like the coming of age stories that we all grow up with, like right, like there's the Star Wars, but like I don't think most people think of that as like really what like a preteen or an early teenager relates to. Like that's something aspirational, but it's not relatable. So I what I appreciated most about this was how I felt like it was relatable to a younger Brett, growing up and being like, my body is changing, my hormones are changing, my attitude is changing.
This movie's about
I
puberty.
hate my parents. I hate the world. I love my mom. Like there's all this back and forth that's constantly going on, and I love how they, kind of.
I agree.
Show that via metaphor of with this red panda spirit, and how for generations the family has locked it down, and maybe the right thing to do is to learn how to live with it. Maybe.
Something I really liked about it was I liked the animation. It was different for Pixar. They kind of did that with Luca.
Yeah.
I wasn't as hot on it because it was more stop motion, which gives me the willies a little bit.
This was more fluid.
Yeah, but it felt anime-ish. Like what they were like doing with the eyes a lot of times when the emotions would change, and then like she'd get nervous and sweat, and it would like be pouring water, like the Jordan Peele meme. Like they did like little stuff like that. It felt more like an animated movie.
Yeah,
and I liked that. And it still has the like lifelike looking fur, and like buildings and stuff, but still with like the weird looking Pixar people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is man, lots of really good characters. Obviously, May, the main character, I think she did phenomenal. I'm not sure who the voice actress was. I didn't do my research. Sorry. I just thought she did a really good job.
Rosalie Chang.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna butcher.
But there was a moment between it's near the third act of the at the end of the second, beginning of the third act, where she has this conversation with her father, who's very much been like a background character the entire time, which is fine. It was great, but like it just made me, anytime like a dad does something sweet for his kid in a movie, it just gets me.
I was waiting for that the whole movie too, because like honestly, it was like, I know the movie doesn't really call for it, and I don't think it hurts the movie in any way.
Yeah,
it's just something you kind of like see in movies in general. It's like the dad is always just kind of there.
Yeah,
it's like it's either a dumb dad or the dad that's in the background like that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he got his moment.
Yeah.
Which was really sweet.
It was good. And then the reconciliation between certain characters. I'm trying not to spoil anything. It's a Pixar movie, so it's not going to end with...
They all die at the end.
It's no Infinity War. But yeah, just kind of that how you as a parent go through and parent where you failed to mature as a child. How do you empower your child then to grow in ways that you didn't, and then how can you grow from that position? I thought that was really well done. So
yep.
I give this a fanboy worthy.
Same.
We are same wavelength tonight, Luke.
We're about to go to war again, aren't we?
Very rarely happens.
That's a bad sign.
Calm before the storm.
What's coming out here soon? Sonic, Morbius,
Mom.
No.
Have.
Are you gonna hate it, or am I gonna hate it?
I'm gonna hate Mom. We all know it.
Too much nostalgia and
Too
IP.
much,
and
yeah, probably.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
Man, I'm already nervous.
I'm already gonna give it a booyah.
Luke, did you do anything else this week?
Let's check.
Better to be safe than sorry, I suppose.
I'm over
No.
here building a D&D character.
When are we playing D&D?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I figure if I make a character, I can almost force
I
I have my
something.
dice
I
right
have
here.
a character. I made a character. Okay, anyways,
I've made like 10 characters.
let's keep moving.
I got a 20!
The other thing I did this week was I started Space Force Season 2.
Bro, what's that name?
Literally just like dropped.
Nerd.
I think
Sorry,
on
Brett, continue.
Saturday or Sunday this weekend. So I got 4 episodes in. It's very much like Season 1 if you liked Season 1, you probably like Season 2. If you didn't like Season 1, like Luke, I don't know if I could say yet that it's doing anything different enough to like make you watch Season 2. But I'm enjoying it. I think, Steve Carell's great, and
I think you're great.
thank you.
Kind of.
One of my favorite surprises out of Season 1 and coming into Season 2 he's doing a really good job. John Malkovich. He's just funny. I forget how funny he can be.
When he's angry.
Yeah. Angry John Malkovich is great. But other than that, I didn't really do anything else other than what we talked about. So
Nope.
we can get Tyler back on the show.
Oh, my character's done too, so that helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can focus again.
What are you?
We can talk about some trailers.
I
here
am
in our...
an Eladrin rogue.
Well, that's interesting. Okay.
An Eladrin is an elf.
I like it. Sneaky.
Sneaky. Before
Chaotic
we talk about
neutral.
trailers over in the chat, what's up, JT? I see you. Hi. Did you watch
Way
any,
there!
Did you watch any movies this weekend, JT? Or did you just play more Elden Ring?
Were you the dude who sped run it in 28 minutes?
All right. We did have a few trailers drop this week.
Indeed.
We'll end with the big one.
What's that?
What's Star Wars?
Yeah, what's that?
It's something that doesn't include Ryan Johnson most of the time, sadly.
I bought a Star Wars book this weekend.
We're not talking about books, Tyler. We're talking about trailers.
Yeah, I know.
And
Books
the
are for
first
nerds.
trailer-
I'm a nerd.
What'd you guys think of that final Sonic 2 trailer?
It looks good.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
Thumbs up for
Thumbs
me.
up for me.
I'm
as
excited
well.
about it.
I'm just glad it's not a road trip movie with James Smarts in it.
Yes, it took me a long time to come around on, and like I still feel pretty critical about Sonic 1. Like it's not that good of a movie.
You
But
can say it's not a good movie.
but it's a fine movie. And
Olive Garden, right?
I'm much more excited about this one, the sequel.
Sorry, I'm looking at JT's response.
Read it to me.
He said, I watched anime,
Kinda.
kind of watched the Atom Project with my dad, and I don't know why, but I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake for the 12th time.
So no Elden Ring from JT this week. Second trailer, there was a new Halo trailer.
There was?
Did you just... yeah, it just dropped today.
I beat that game like a month and a half ago.
Okay, Halo the TV show trailer.
Oh!
Coming out
I
on
beat that game like a month.
Paramount Plus.
They had another trailer?
They did.
No, I didn't watch it.
It's good. I give it a thumbs up. I think
I had no idea.
Me either. I didn't see this anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, really?
No.
IGN's doing like a whole like.
I saw they gave the first episode a 7.
Okay.
6.
Do I still have Halo muted on Twitter?
You're making me nervous now.
6 or 7, I don't know.
Okay.
They said the action sucks, but everything else is pretty cool.
Oh, all right.
And
Well,
I was
we'll
like,
see.
well, that's
That
good.
kind of doesn't surprise me. If I had to predict what would be the weakest part of a Halo TV show, it would be the action.
I would pick the acting.
Well, there's a good chance that too, but making a Spartan
I would pick
move
the show.
and fight, it almost needs to be animated or full CG.
How do you... Yeah, I don't know. I always think it's interesting when they try to make like a shooter into something else. Because like, all you do is shoot people and occasionally punch them.
Don't forget throw grenades, drive warthogs around.
They are not going to throw the amount of grenades we throw when we play Halo.
There's just some Marine with like a backpack of like 300 grenades, like walking behind you like a mule.
I hope they show a Marine running around and just picking them all up.
It's like when every time they pull their arm back, it's like somebody standing there, they're like...
Yeah, it just drops it in there.
He's like, ha, ha, ha. And you have like Master Chief just like... I'd pay to watch that show. That's the show I want.
Nice.
Grenade throwing simulator.
Well, there was another trailer for The Boys Season 3.
I'll thumbs up this. This looks good.
This looks awesome.
Looks wild.
The fact that now they're just giving us full, like, body explosions in the trailer just makes me happy. It knows what it is, and it's not leaning away from it at all. Not that it ever has, but...
Well, I mean, it's
like
a character's
full-body
power
explosion.
is to just blow people up.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun little reveal at the end of Season 2.
Did you finish that?
Doesn't she give people these?
Oh,
Oh, man. I'm dead.
Nice knowing you.
Hey, at least go
We
back
should've
to your own
green
apartment.
screened
I don't want to have to clean up in here.
Do it in post.
And then did you guys have any others before Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
There was a new Moon Knight one.
There was?
I've kind of
Man, I missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like
was fine.
I was pretty
thumbs
busy
up.
this week,
Yeah,
though,
all right.
preparing to move.
Thumbs up. Moon Knight. I'm excited for that.
I don't need the trailer.
Yeah, I'm
to be
kind of
excited.
cautiously excited about it.
What they
Cautiously.
said today was kind of weird.
Uh-oh.
The producer's like, yeah, this is kind of disconnected. And it's like, no, it's not. Good try.
They're only going to reference Iron Man twice.
Well, he referenced Iron Man in the same breath. He's like, we're kind of disconnected. We're going back to how Iron Man was. And he's kind of on his own. And it's like, okay. So
I'll believe
how many
it when I see
many
it.
posters of the Battle for New York will I see in the background? Or paintings of Tony Stark? We'll see a bunch of other MCU stuff, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, the big trailer this week was Lucasfilm's Disney Plus show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Not just Obi-Wan Kenobi. Gotta remember, get that Kenobi in there.
Isn't it Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, not Obi-Wan.
I think they should have called it Old Ben Kenobi.
That would have been.
I like
He's
the
not
idea.
that old yet.
I like
They
the
should have
idea
called
of
it Ben and done it
Kenobi.
like Logan.
Ben.
Can somebody, I know a trailer like did the Duel of the Fates music and it was great, but can somebody re-edit it to Hurt? Like the Logan trailer? Still one of the best trailers ever.
Yeah, that's great. I will say, I don't know how I feel about Duel of the Fates in this.
Well,
I didn't realize that was his theme music now.
it's interesting that Duel of the Fates is the choice, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Considering, yeah.
It's just really weird. It feels like they kind of changed some things and kind of forgot, and they were like, "Yeah, use Duel of the Fates," and it's like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was fine. It didn't like wow me at all.
Me neither.
It's a thumbs up for me. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited about it. But the trailer, I didn't blow a gasket or anything.
I didn't cry when I saw baby CGI Luke.
Yeah,
It
he's.
is. Boy, I hope that's all we get, but it won't be.
Was it a CGI or is it actually a kid?
It's probably a kid, but
They should have just used the CGI Luke, the deep fake Luke. I like that Luke better.
I think he's a little old.
Nah, just put him there.
Just put him in there.
It's like we can't recast Luke Skywalker. We have to use deep fake Luke, and it's like his normal face on like a child's body. It's like, hey, and he talks really weird. All for it.
I'm down.
I'm gonna go into town and pick some power converters.
We joked about it in our text, but I think I was like, "Oh, look, another Star Wars thing on Tatooine."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious how much
get
of it
that
will
it's
be on
there.
Tatooine.
Yeah,
I
there's
hope
other
it's
stuff.
not.
There's
I
some
hope it's
stuff
not
that's
that
off
much.
planet.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys excited for Hayden Christensen to come back?
Yes.
I
I
kind of
am.
am too. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm excited in the sense of like in the like Spider-Man, like I want like a return, like an old character to have like a chance of redemption, right?
Yeah, like with
Like
better
how
direction and writing.
like how we all felt before No Way Home when it was like, is Andrew Garfield in this? I hope we get that, like he gets to like be Spider-Man again. Like I hope
he gets to put the final stamp on his
yeah.
character.
So like in that sense, I want him to work. On the other sense, like I don't particularly care story-wise. They're gonna have to make me care, and I don't.
Star Wars doesn't have a lot of goodwill with Brett, apparently.
The Star Wars writing of late has not done much to inspire me.
Rian Johnson ruined it for everybody with his perfect writing.
Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars by making a movie so good that nothing could ever surpass it.
Why don't you guys just fight already?
Yep.
Put the fists up.
My hands are tucked in my knee pits, so I don't shake my legs.
Oh, dude, do you do that too? I have a terrible habit. Stephanie kicks me all the time.
Yeah, Dana punches me in the
throat. Do we need to, like, call somebody?
It's fine. It's fine.
Gosh.
I
Anyways, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, thumbs up for me. I'm still excited for this show.
I give it a sideways thumb. I think
get out of here. You're going to watch it.
No, it's not that I'm not going to watch it. It's that the trailer didn't do anything to make me that much more excited for it.
But did it need to?
I mean, it gave me more information about it. We're going to get Inquisitors.
Oh, yeah, we are. Forgot about that. That'd be cool.
I think the Inquisitors look fine, by the way. They don't need to have their unrealistically large heads.
Luke, you're awfully quiet over there. How do you feel about this trailer?
Just waiting for a moment to jump in. You guys all yapping over there. I think it looks really good.
I'm going to punch Brett in the throat.
And then I'll talk like this for the rest of the podcast.
Maybe I won't punch him in the throat.
The show looks like
listeners.
What I expected it to be. Ben is on Tatooine. He's looking after Luke. And something is clearly going to go wrong. And yeah, you mentioned Inquisitors. I'm really pumped for the Inquisitors. I think they're an awesome addition into the Star Wars universe. Just Vader's cronies going around and doing bad things to people.
Yep.
Hunting Jedi. I'm pumped to get Joel Edgerton back.
Yeah.
Have him not just like be there.
I hope he gets to do something.
Mm-hmm. And he's like one of the few people who knows who Vader actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that can be interesting. And it shows like him in the town, and I think the Inquisitor is there.
Mm-hmm.
I do know the fates of most of those Inquisitors, which is interesting.
You
should watch Rebels.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the game.
You should play the game too. For crying out loud, please play Fallen Order.
Where does that game take place timeline-wise?
That is near the same time, I think.
Okay.
Well, maybe like 5 years before. I think Luke is supposed to be 9 in this show-ish. And Fallen Order's 5 years after The Purge. So probably 4 years after that game. One of my predictions is Cal Kestis is in this show, and I think it could definitely happen. I wouldn't be surprised if like Cal shows up on Tatooine and like he's the one that the Inquisitors might be looking for.
Oh my!
Because he's not real shy about like fighting the Inquisitors in that game.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan might be like,
"Are they here for me?
What is going on? Why are all these people here?
I sent someone.
Like this is the last place that Anakin would probably send people. He hates this place.
What a great bait and switch that would be, though, if like Ben is like walking up to the Inquisitor, like ready to fight him, and then some other kid just lights up their lightsaber, and you're just like, wait, what?
Dude, that would be insane.
That would be awesome.
I really doubt it happens. He's probably not even in the show.
He should be.
But it would be cool.
It would be really cool, though.
I mean, it sounds like they may have rewritten the show, right? Like, during pre-production, so it's anything's possible.
One thing I saw today was that Maul was supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they changed that.
He was
because
supposed to be the villain of it. Like, for sure. No Anakin.
He like...
Spoiler alert for Rebels? Is that what you're going to talk
He's
about?
not even aware Obi-Wan is, like, around yet. He's crazy on a junk planet at this point in time. He's a spider. Maul's story is so awesome. Plus, like, it would just ruin the confrontation of Maul and Obi-Wan in Rebels.
Yeah.
Which is one of the best fight scenes in Star Wars.
It's so good.
It's not what you think.
So good. I agree.
Thumbs up.
Bet here. How many episodes before we get a hello there?
0.
It's not in there at all? Disney can't restrain
Oh,
themselves.
sorry, 1.
Oh, okay.
First
The first
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
I bet it's his, like, first...
First line of dialogue.
No, his first confrontation, or first, maybe, like, the first time he talks to somebody, he'll do a little there.
I don't know that.
Maybe to Luke. We'll pop up on him in the bazaar, and he'll be like, "What's up, old man?" He'll be like, "Hello there," and everybody will be like, "Ah!" I will. I like the meme, and I know it'll piss Brett off. Makes me enjoy it even more.
I'm happy that you're...
I loved the Adam Project, by the way.
I can't wait for the credits to roll on this, and it's going to be like, all 6 episodes written by Ryan Johnson. That's like, no!
Is Deborah Chow writing it or just directing it?
Just directing. She might have... I know that Filoni... I mean, obviously, Filoni's an EP. I'm sure he has some creative input, but I don't know who's technically credited as writers. Tell me, Luke. Are you doing the research?
Where do you even go? Oh, casting crew. Ugh.
'Cause
I'm not used to IMDb on
desktop.
Joby Harold,
I don't know who that is.
Hannah Friedman.
I also don't know who that is.
Joby Harold. Let's go to his profile and look. He's known for producing Edge of Tomorrow, producing John Wick Chapter 3, Transformers, whatever number they're on currently.
6.
Rise of the Beasts. Is it 6?
I guess it would technically be 7 if you count Bumblebee.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, so there's... What you're saying is...
5 writer credits.
There are
Ooh!
a couple writer credits on here.
Akiva Golds.
We're going to just scroll up and ignore all that.
Who is it? Who is it? Say it.
Okay. Wait, where did it go? Oh, writer. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. We don't know yet.
This is what's his name?
This is Joby.
Yeah, Joby. Where's he from? Joby.
Joby Harold.
Oh,
Obi-Wan Kenobi, Army of the Dead,
Oh.
King Arthur, Legend of the Sword,
Oh, no.
and Awake.
Oh, no.
Poorly made movie, but underrated premise.
What?
Awake. It's where the dude is awake during his surgery and he can feel everything. Hayden Christensen. I watched that movie a week before I had my chest surgery.
What a terrible decision. Wow.
I also watched a Shark Attack movie like right before I went on vacation to the Bahamas or Florida or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've made poor decisions in my movie watching.
History?
Well, let's move over into news. We talked a little bit about the rumored Disney Obi-Wan rewrites.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Ray Park is pretty frustrated.
That dude's always frustrated.
He does seem to live in
He was so cool when we got to see him at Planet, and then like ever since then, that dude's gone nuts.
Didn't he like post his dong on Instagram?
He did post his dong on Instagram. Good for him.
What a loser.
Confidence. That's what that is.
That's creepy.
It is creepy.
Not
right.
confidence.
The other C word.
The third C word.
Yes.
But staying in the Disney world of news, Tyler.
World.
Don't look at my news stories because they are all out of order.
Oh, we were going to Disney World.
You write your notes in order?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
No Way Home is actually going to be available to rent digitally a whole week earlier than we thought.
Tomorrow.
So you don't have to wait till the 22nd. You'll be able to watch it
March
by the time
15.
you listen to this podcast.
I'm going to just wait for the 4K.
March 15. Well, I'm
Or the
probably
Blu-ray.
going to watch it tomorrow because Dana has still not seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch it.
Have fun, Dana.
Enjoy it. I know you will. That's really cool. Okay.
I'll only cry like once, maybe. I probably won't cry this time.
once a minute.
No, that's Coda.
Truth bomb right there.
Tyler, you got a news story for us?
Well, yeah, I do. Also kind of in the Disney space. Actually, is in the Disney space. Deadpool 3 found its director. I know you guys are super pumped about this because he's done some really great work. He did Free Guy. He's doing Deadpool 3, obviously. He did the movie you guys actually just gave really glowing reviews about, The Atom Project.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Levy will be directing the Ryan Reynolds trilogy capper, Deadpool 3. Now he's done his own trilogy of Ryan Reynolds movies, too.
Oh, wow.
Interesting career choices. I mean, I guess he's making money. So you anchor yourself to somebody like that, and you'll make money for your whole career.
I don't like this. Like,
It's PG-13 Deadpool 3. You guys ready?
You think they'll be able to get it to an R
No.
rating?
No, it's going to be PG-13.
That's so disappointing.
It's going to be PG-13, and they're going to make fun of it the whole time that it's PG-13.
Yep.
It's going to be that meta.
Yep.
You're right.
Superhero Lenny.
You all right over there?
No.
You know what they should have done? They should do? They should just let Deadpool kill the MCU. Like, travel back in time and kill all the old cast members that have since moved on.
That'd be cool, I guess.
I'd like that idea better
I agree.
than whatever. I don't even know what this idea is yet. I'd like that idea better. But now, so here's my question, guys. This is where I think it's interesting. With the...
Brett's dead.
That's fine. He's all right. He might join this conversation.
Want to watch The Rise of Skywalker?
Sure. Let's do it. With the Multiverse of Madness trailer.
No, we got him!
With the Multiverse of Madness trailer, we got to see old Patrick Stewart. Do they connect the mutants in with Deadpool 3 as well? I have to assume they would, right?
Probably. Look, it's an opportunity for them to put Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in the movie together.
Yep, that's where
They're
I was
gonna do
going.
it. They're gonna do it, and I'm gonna hate it. And
That
it's
was the
gonna
direction
be fine.
I was headed in.
Do we get Hugh Jackman Wolverine or just Hugh Jackman, though?
Just Hugh Jackman. Just Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, probably just Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But there's obviously like a Wolverine reference in there.
Yeah. It's the haircut or something.
Haircut or a cigar or a jacket and
Yeah.
Wearing the wife beater.
yeah, who knows? Ugh.
Yeah. Get excited, man.
I'm
I can
just-
tell you're thrilled by this. You're thrilled, man. It's going to be okay.
I liked Deadpool.
Me too. I like those movies.
It was one of the more interesting things in the
I'm going to
in
kill
Marvel
you
movies.
in like 5 minutes.
All right, Luke, did you have any news stories?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Remember that trailer before the Batman? Where they're like, in 2022,
The
Yeah.
seven
the world
minute
needs
countdown?
DC heroes.
Oh, that one.
Well,
No,
that was a lie.
Apparently not.
Well, you're still going to get
One, but it's
one.
Only one of them from that trailer is still happening, and 2 of them are gone, but 1 is added.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, the furthest movie out got moved in.
so yeah. If you haven't
And
picked
the
it
closest
up yet,
movies got pushed out.
DC reshuffled their slate. So Black
Oh.
Adam,
Flash.
and Aquaman all got delayed.
Flash and Aquaman are now in 2023.
3.
Yep.
So Black Adam is in
No.
November?
Black Adam is competing directly with, I think it's Avatar. Or something.
I thought Shazam was competing.
Or
with
yeah, sorry,
Avatar.
Shazam is.
Shazam was in 2023, got moved to December 2022. Black Adam moved, I want to say like September or something like that. Like it was earlier, like it only got like delayed like 2 months or something like that, but still a delay, obviously. I don't know why. Didn't they say special effects while work from home has just been slow?
I think they just know that it's been a running joke that
21st.
October. So July to October.
I think it's just a running joke that the Flash is always getting delayed. So why not just delay it again?
Why
Maybe
not?
WB's in on it. Or it's terrible and they're just like, oh. Aquaman, I think, makes sense.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that they were trying to get that in this year.
Yeah.
Anyways. That's such a special effect heavy movie.
That one doesn't surprise me. But Flash and Shazam getting bumped.
Yeah,
does
so the new
surprise me.
release dates, you get DC League of Super Pets July 29th.
Oh,
because people care
yes.
about that one.
Black Adam is October
Maybe someone
21st,
else saw it.
2022. Shazam
My
2 is December 16th, 2022. Which is interesting because that's only like 8 weeks apart from Black Adam. Or 6 weeks apart.
Because it won't do well.
Well, it's The Rock. It might do okay.
That's true.
Batgirl doesn't have a release date, but it is expected this year. Aquaman 2 is now
Alright.
March. Actually, almost a year.
I think
from
Batgirl will
today.
get delayed.
Yeah, it will. Flash is next summer now, that's a hefty delay.
Batgirl will come out in August after the Flash. Wait, when does Flash come out?
Next June 23rd.
Batgirl will come out in July.
Next year.
Yeah.
So here's
Prediction.
the funniest thing from all of this was to me is that David Sandberg was asked what is he going to do about the costumes being changed, and he went ahead and was like, I'm just going to nix this now, and said there's no mention of why the costumes are different in Shazam 2. And when people were going to ask me, I was just going to tell them that Barry messed with the timeline, but now with our movie coming out first, I can't do that. So he's trying to think of a new excuse.
You just
Bigger
say-
budget.
He just said he needed a wizard. Blame the wizard.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's right. He said he's going to blame the wizard.
Blame the wizard.
And then he said, movie hack, always put a wizard in your movie.
So you can blame.
Yeah.
Write that down, Brett. Put a wizard in your movie.
Oh, we didn't even talk. Never mind.
That's so wizard, Annie.
This man over here is literally trying to get me to flip this table.
Please don't.
I think that'd be awesome. This
If
table's heavy.
If you do, let me move my stuff first.
Okay.
I'm going to go. I'm going to jump in here.
Okay.
Umbrella Academy Season 3 finally got a release date.
Yes.
June 22nd. It's the year of everything coming out on the 22nd.
Wow.
And they're no different.
I am hyped for that.
Good.
Have you guys watched that yet?
I've watched
No.
Season Uno.
Keep trying to keep up with all the other stuff.
Like
It's
playing
hard.
Fallen Order and Control.
That's what we should do for winning the predictions. Make him play Control.
It's too late. You waited more than a year.
That's your fault.
What?
We'll
How-
make him
We'll
play-
strap him
What?
down and put the controller in his hand.
Let's make him play Control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play Control, dang
Control
it.
it is. You got to play Control.
It
And
took
then
you
you
a
have to-
year and 2 months to figure that out.
You got to play Control and then write a TV show on it.
Okay. That's a ton of work, but all right.
Yeah, get it done. All I'm hearing is excuses.
You have a year and 2 months to do it.
There you go.
Okay, as long as I
It
have
has to
a
be
year
at
and 2 months
least
to do it.
8 episodes.
I'm gonna do it all in 3 weeks at the end of the deadline.
Not you.
Oh,
Other hand. Don't mess up this business arrangement.
so talking about
He's a liar.
Warner Brothers.
He's a liar.
I'll shake your hand.
3 weeks. I want it on my desk.
I said from the due date, not from now, from the due date. So I have a year and still year
On
and
my
2 months.
desk.
So May
Um,
14th, 2023, that all has to be done.
Yes.
Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to play that and then you're going to go, man, that'd be a really cool show. And then you'd be like, I should write it.
I don't know if I can write scripts. Seems like a hard thing to do.
Yeah, you kind of suck at it.
Wow, Tyler.
I'm just kidding.
Tyler just read something I wrote this week, and he had
I read
all
something he
kinds
wrote
of nice
based on
things
something
to
I
say
wrote.
about it. He actually did, but
Yeah.
it was fun. Discovery stockholders did approve the Warner Brother purchase this week. So that is one less hurdle away from from
From restoring the Snyderverse?
restoring the Snyderverse. Yep, that's what's gonna restore the Snyderverse.
Well, we know it wasn't Army of the Dead that gave anybody.
I'm kind of surprised with the.
Thieves isn't bad.
I don't know how the
I'm not watching it.
delays work with. Sometimes there's when it comes to especially buyouts.
Oh yeah.
What is expected out of a company. Famously, Warner Brothers did not delay Justice League because of them getting purchased by AT&T, and that really backfired on them.
Well, this time it looks like maybe they did the right thing.
So so it just depends on, I don't know if they did the right thing or not, but other news stories, guys?
Well, speaking of another Warner Brothers thing, kind of.
They'd be into news.
Kind of.
Warner Bros. In your hands.
Hogwarts Legacy is a game that was announced and has been very, very quiet until today. A Hogwarts Legacy PlayStation State of Play is coming this Thursday, March 17th. We're finally going to learn some details. Apparently, there's a 14-minute gameplay in there.
Please don't suck. Please don't suck.
I'm very much in the please don't suck camp as well. I hope this is good because I really, really want a fun Harry Potter game, especially on the new consoles.
I don't have a lot of I think it could be cool. Stephanie's really excited for it though.
You know how you excite?
I'm gonna get Steph on this show.
Yeah, we
Sick of this negativity.
yeah. You know what we should do? We should put a petition together because that's what fandoms do now, and see if we can get Rian Johnson to write and direct the Harry Potter movie.
Yes, all in, 100%.
I wonder what he'd do. He'd probably make Harry Potter leave the wizard world and just become a muggle. Leave
Gotta
behind
wrestle
everything.
with that inner, who am I if I'm not a wizard? That's an important question. Is being a wizard his entire identity? Is being the chosen one the only thing he's good at?
Have you read
How can he live a fulfilled life if he can't figure out who he is after he defeats Voldemort?
Someone hasn't read Cursed Child.
I haven't read it.
Chris Child.
He becomes an Auror, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but it's more about his kid.
Them kids.
His kid Albus.
Did you guys
Albus,
pay
Severus,
attention to
Jeffress,
the
Brian,
Critics' Choice Awards or
Dumbledore,
BAFTAs
Potter?
this last weekend?
What?
The Critics' Choice Awards and BAFTAs were last weekend.
You took a BAFTA this weekend?
A British arts...
A BAFTA tank bath?
Yes. I don't know. There were lots of awards that were given out. Power of the Dog did really well, and Jane Campion made a dumb speech.
And then apologized for it.
She had an interview, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's awesome." And then not like 20 minutes later, she had made a speech, and everybody's like, "Oh, crap!
You were the chosen one.
You're doing so well."
She did apologize for it, but
You could see
Just-
on the Williams sisters' face though. They were just like, "Oh no!" Like as she said it,
she's
they're
they're
"Oh."
clapping for her because she won, and then as she's like saying it, they're like, "Oh no!"
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Anyway, Power of the Dog's good.
Yeah, Power of the
Go
Dog
watch
really good.
Sam Elliott
Congrats.
loved it. Favorite movie. This episode is just all shtick. from
He's
this
working
point.
on the sequel currently.
He's writing a sequel where he can take back toxic masculinity in westerns. I
Oh,
love it so much.
and it's gonna star
Sam Elliott,
alongside.
Benedict Cumberbatch. He's gonna kill Benedict Cumberbatch's character because he doesn't agree with his
I
viewpoint.
was gonna say Clint Eastwood. But...
Oh yeah, yeah, and Gene Campion's gonna direct it too.
I think we should get Michael Bay.
Dude, I saw something the other week about like Michael Bay was upset somebody had a bigger explosion in their movie than he did.
Oh my gosh.
Were they comparing it to Ambulance?
No, they're comparing it to the record he did. He set a record.
Was it? I think it's the one in Revenge of the Fallen.
I don't know, but he was like actually upset about it.
Like biggest practical explosion type of thing.
Yeah. Well, the biggest explosion is from Spectre. When they blow up the compound, that was real. That's the
Oh.
biggest explosion, I think.
So, what is he mad about then?
He's mad that he's not a very good director, and people
Ah.
make bigger and better
Better
blockbusters than he does.
Yeah.
Any other news stories?
Gotham Knights got a date.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
that's right. Please don't suck.
I'm
Please don't
excited
suck.
about this one.
Please don't suck.
I actually think this is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be my anthem. I'm calling it. It's going to be a disaster.
That's not a good thing.
It's going to be a disaster, but I'm going to enjoy it.
I hope it's not your anthem. Gosh, I actually, Anthem came
you
up in our
reinstall
group chat. No, I
Isn't
didn't.
it shut down?
You can still
You
play
can still
it.
play
okay.
it. It's just, there's no updates anymore.
Yeah.
But I kind of do want to go back in and just, fly around for a bit. I don't think I uninstalled it.
Go play for 10 minutes.
I have
and be like,
so
"I'm
much
good."
memory available. The only thing I won't delete is
let me
Destiny and Skyrim.
Let me know when you do that. I'll reinstall it just to go fly around for a bit. It was a fun game to maneuver.
I won't.
It will probably work great on your Series X.
I'm not installing that game.
Coward.
Yup. I did not enjoy that game. Sadly. I wanted to really bad, though.
I do have one more news story. It's not a very happy story.
Oh yeah.
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 And it is that William Hurt passed away this weekend.
Mhm.
He was 72. If you don't know who that is, he played Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU.
Along with hundreds of other characters before that.
Yeah.
Maybe not hundreds, but yes.
He
Is a very
He's in A History of
well-recognized,
Violence, Oscar winner.
Oscar-winning actor.
I think MCU, though, is probably where people would recognize him the most.
Definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
But yeah, it's sad.
It is.
He died of natural causes.
Mhm.
He had, yeah, I know he had been diagnosed with cancer a number of years ago, and there's sadly, there's almost always complications, even if you do cure it,
And then in other, sad news for the wrestling fans out there, WWE legend Scott Hall passed away today.
See that as well.
Suffered 3 heart attacks over the weekend, was put on life support. 63.
Those guys are in such crazy good shape, but I can't imagine the kind of beating that. I know that it's WWE wrestling is not MMA level of contact, but it's a ton of work.
It's
and,
the closest to a spotlight you get as a stuntman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And the sad part is to successfully exist in that space, you're almost always using steroids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And steroids cause heart problems
Yep.
and everything else. And so it's just sad. And you almost always hear that these wrestlers pass away from something like this.
Yep.
Because the abuse, like you said, the abuse they put their bodies through, and but yeah, it's a sad week in pop culture for sure.
Yep. Agreed. Well, we should end the show on a positive note, a fun note. So we should answer some Fanbox questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Our first question, all of our questions are from Patrick. Patrick sent us a whole bunch a few weeks ago. We've been trying to slowly get through them. I don't think we did any last week because of the Batman.
Oh yeah, that was a long episode.
But that was a long episode, so we're gonna.
That came out?
I hate you.
It didn't get delayed.
Whoa. A movie didn't get delayed?
Right.
This
one
first
did.
You're a
question
liar.
is for Tyler and I.
Excuse me.
What are your thoughts on Halo Infinite's multiplayer? And
Hey, I can
what
answer
are your
this,
thoughts
actually.
of its changes and support or lack of support in the game? Tyler?
I think Halo Infinite's multiplayer is fantastic. However, their support is, and we kind of joked about this, they were not ready for the games as a service model, and they're learning it the hard way.
Nobody ever
Nobody
is.
ever is,
No,
right?
Anthem wasn't.
Yeah, and so I think the core gameplay loop that they have in place is very good. I think some of the changes we will absolutely see some of these in season 2, but progression, have a profile level like Apex, just so we feel like we're leveling up and feel like we're being rewarded.
Yep.
The challenge system for the battle pass, that's going to probably get updated. They need to make experience in matches matter to how you do on your battle pass. A more transparent ranking system would be nice. It's kind of the ranked play. You can't really tell when or why your ranking is going up. I mean, have an idea.
They had a little blog post, but it was still pretty like
Yeah, because they reset everybody's ranks, and then the last thing I would say is make the battle pass rewards a little bit more appealing. Some of them are cool, but for the most part, most of it's kind of whatever. I don't even use half of it.
Yeah,
those are my biggest wishes. However, I think it's the best multiplayer shooter that you can play right now in the space it operates in. Because obviously,
gameplay wise, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, because Destiny is kind of its own like thing. Because I don't know, I don't have Halo and Destiny in the same thing at all.
I mean it's.
Destiny has the best gunplay and shooters you can play right now.
Absolutely, but Destiny, Luke, you can chime in on this too.
I love freaking Destiny.
Destiny is also such a power fantasy game. And Halo at its core in the multiplayer aspect is such an arena tactical game, right? Like it's about moving together as a team and communicating, and you can do that in Destiny and have a lot of fun. You can also just go throw a Nova bomb halfway across the map and obliterate the entire team.
Watch it go.
And that's fine. Like that's what it is. So, I think Halo Infinite had a rocky start just in terms of how things like their events have played out, because they've been less of events and more like highlight this playlist of the week and we're going to give you some rewards if you play.
The one was cool though when they had the elimination mode.
Because it was a new mode.
That was fun.
That was really cool. But
then I got the Mohawk.
Their Samurai one.
Oh, that one sucks. I hate Fiesta.
It's just Fiesta. The tactical one is just SWAT.
I like SWAT. SWAT's cool.
And I guess there's like a SWAT Magnums variant in there now.
What?
So, I think
Raggy.
I've not been playing it of late simply because there's been, Destiny 2 Witch Queen came out and I've had other things to do.
Yeah, me too.
But I definitely, especially at the beginning of a new season, will hop back on.
Did you think about that before you did it?
Luke's rolling D&D dice.
I'm rolling initiative.
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2. I'm not allowed to give thoughts on Halo. I forgot about the game.
Okay. The other one the next question is also a gaming related question, but it's one we can all answer. What is one thing you want to see in Starfield and one thing you don't want to see?
Oh my gosh, I listened to a podcast about Starfield today. This is fantastic. Carry on, you guys can answer.
Luke, why don't you go first?
I want to... I don't know. That's tough.
One thing I want to see, and one thing I don't want to see.
Correct.
Interesting. This is tough.
I want to be able... Just going kind of based on... I want more of Skyrim's, like, crafting and all of that world expanded, and not how Fallout 4's was with build this city up and protect it, and if you leave it, it's gonna die. I don't want that.
I am really worried that's gonna be, like, they're doing that with, like, your ship.
I just left.
I was gonna say your ship.
I'm really worried about that.
I just left the city I built. I was like, yeah, they can die. I don't care. And then I still haven't beat Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I got tired of just walking across a landscape of nothingness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty vast in that game. Not a whole lot in Fallout 4. But when you make it to the baseball stadium, it's pretty cool.
That's when I quit. I made it to the baseball stadium. It's like, this is awesome. And then I stopped playing.
Because then you meet like the Inspector Gadget detective guy, and he's like weird. Yeah. What I want to see Todd Howard and company take risks. I want them to make vastly different planets. Thinking of Outer World. How you can go to different planets.
Yeah.
But I want those planets to be more immersive, bigger, larger in scale than what Outer Worlds gave us. And what I don't want to see, this might not be popular, I don't want to see space dogfighting.
Oh.
I don't think Bethesda's strength is that kind of thing.
Yeah, so
I think that's a little
what
too
I want to
outside of
see-
their boxes.
I feel like
What I
the
want-
thing you want is their specialty with like immersion.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So I think there's a good chance you'll be pleased with both of those.
I want to
Good.
see
I hope so.
I want to see an investment on improving combat mechanics
Yeah,
over their previous games.
they need to.
Now that they're part of the Xbox family, I think there's a better chance that they can get the resources they need. But that said, they've never been a combat first studio, even though obviously all of their games involve combat. Like, it's just never been their strong suit. And, how much pull does Phil have over that, or whomever? Not necessarily, I don't know if Phil would do that, but.
I just want to be a space pirate so bad. So bad. And the concept art for this game is so great. It's so good. I feel like by the time that's getting close, the hype levels are going to be insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it will.
I hope it delivers. When do you guys think we'll see something from that? E3 time frame, like summer?
When's E3? June?
Well, E3 doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, like June,
July?
July.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It comes out November.
I think it's going to be this summer.
Yeah, it's gotta. If it doesn't
Todd
move,
Howard even said he's like, we wait as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Todd
it could be
Howard-
summer, it could be after.
Todd Howard waits as long as possible. Microsoft and their investors will not let that happen.
Well, and Microsoft is going to know if they have something good on their hands when they finally get to look at it and mess around with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to, so they'll reveal it when they're ready.
Yeah.
I have one other question I wanted to ask
Okay.
you guys.
Around Starfield?
No, around Xbox though.
Okay.
So Sony, and it stems from like the state of plays and the Nintendo Directs.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox used to have like Inside Xbox. They still do, but it's different now. Do you think Xbox should go the route of directs and state of plays, or do you think they should stick with what they're doing and do like just the big events? And which would you rather have, I guess? I think it'd be cool if they did like the state of play and direct method, just to keep people more updated more frequently. Because then you can, and the argument I've read for this is like they have some really good small studio like AA games that just get super glossed over in these big events, and then they come out to like rave reviews, but nobody plays them.
Yeah.
Because nobody's had a chance to get like deep dives, and I think you can do more of that with these smaller shows or updates, but you can also get more people engaged with other parts of Microsoft Game Studios. They have so many studios. We only hear from a handful of them.
Yeah.
I'd love a episode dedicated to Hellblade and what's going on with that game.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a release date.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, I think Microsoft does a really good job at the big events.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good track record at like cutting together a really good trailer, a really good program, where they announce a lot of things. And yeah, you're right. There's always the one or two things that kind of overshadow everything else, but everything else is in there to a degree. And then, especially once something comes out, I think they're really good at communicating with their player base. That's a little bit dependent on the studio, but I think Microsoft encourages a lot of communication between studios and the players. And so there is that, but that's post-launch. So I think you're right. I think there is room for hey, we've announced this. It's in the sizzle reel, but let's like talk about it a little more. Let's showcase it.
Mm-hmm.
And a way to do that that's not straight up copy of what PlayStation and Nintendo are doing, but at the same time, give those smaller games their 15 minutes of fame.
Yes.
Luke?
I agree.
Oh, all right.
Well,
I said something Luke agreed with. Maybe we're not mortal
For
enemies.
once. No.
Again.
about freaking time.
I feel like we've agreed like 20 times in this episode. But we've also disagreed like 20. So
Yeah.
we're just all over the place.
We are. We are all over the place, and so is our content. It's over
I was
on
hoping you'd like
YouTube.
Just the way I like it.
It's you can listen to it via podcast. You can watch the live stream on Twitch every Monday night. Man, every Monday night. I mean, barring a few times we haven't been able to for
Can you believe that?
vacation.
How long have we been on, like, live on? I know we used to do YouTube live. Now we do Twitch. How long have we been doing that? Since Ant-Man?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
It was like episode
50. I thought it was in the...
Like episode 65? 60? 63?
That is a good question. I can look that up if you talk about something for approximately 2 minutes.
So this drink that I've been drinking has 0 sugar. Tyler, feel free to jump in at any moment.
Okay.
0 calories, 0 caffeine, and 0 sodium. What do you think about that?
I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper 0 sugar.
It's
it also has 0 sugar.
Oh, 0 sugar. I was
It
gonna
does
say,
have
Dr. Pepper is
sodium.
probably the complete opposite.
Episode 55.
Ah,
Hold on.
I didn't guess that.
No, I was more talking about
June
our
10,
stalling.
June 10, 2018.
That was horrible.
That's almost 2 years before the pandemic.
Wow.
We've been doing this so long. Oh, we're old. Oh my gosh.
Brett's old,
No, I'm old too.
but
Oh,
mostly Brett.
Luke, when's your birthday?
no comment.
Mine's June 30th.
Should we have a party?
Nope.
We're gonna
Nope.
celebrate.
Nope.
Wait.
Celebrate
His
good
birthday's
times, come on.
His birthday's not on a Monday though.
We'll celebrate anyways.
Thank goodness.
If I show up in a birthday hat for that episode,
If I show up in my birthday suit,
no.
what would you do?
No.
I would leave because I'm not getting.
No,
banned.
like I have a suit. It says like like a big happy birthday. Oh, is that not what that means?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh man.
Let's get
All
out
right.
of here.
Google
you for
Google
watching.
birthday suit. after
Thank
this.
you for listening. We can't wait to see you all next week. Goodbye.
Ah, bye.